let's talk dog reactivity. I actually had a different video planned for today, but I feel like I got such a mix of comments with yesterday's video that I thought let's talk about it. Because I understand that not everyone is aware of what is dog reactivity and what causes it. And for that reason, asking someone, hey, do you mind not engaging with my puppy, might come across as mean, but actually it's, I think, the kindest thing for the dog. So what is dog reactivity? Dog reactivity is exactly what it says on the tin. It is essentially when a dog reacts to its surroundings. What I mean by that is it might be when your dog sees other dogs, they pull on the leash and try and go and engage with that dog. Or if they see someone across the street, they want to go play. And this might sound like a really endearing, fun thing for your dog to display. And in the puppy phase, don't get me wrong, it is adorable. But reactivity in dogs can often, especially once the dog is older and especially if it's a larger dog, put you as the owner in a position where you feel less inclined to take them places. Because every time you take them somewhere, they're chasing everything around them and barking at the dog across the street and just being a menace, and not in a cute, adorable way, but in a really frustrating way. And let's talk about what causes reactivity. So I want you to imagine for a moment that every time you saw someone with a beard, they walked over to you and gave you a check for $1,000. After a while, you would very understandably be very excited every time you saw someone with a beard because you'd be like, yes, I'm getting paid today. This is what happens with puppies and with dogs. When puppies are small and adorable, when people walk up to them and engage with them and play with them and blow kisses and try and rile them up like what those guys were doing the other day, I'm sure from a good place, the impact of that is that the puppy then grows up expecting that every time they see someone, whether it is someone they know or someone they don't know, it's time to play. And also, I think it's worth noting that often reactivity in dogs is mistaken for aggression. But I digress. It's one of those things that if we can avoid it, we want to try and avoid it. This is why when Vigo first met his cousin for the first time, I wanted to keep them separate and I wanted him to calm down a little bit so that he didn't see Mackie and get reinforced with the idea of when I see a dog, it's playtime. We want our dogs to see other dogs and not feel inclined to play or not feel inclined to engage. And that's not to say that I don't want my dog to play with other dogs. I do. I just want him to know that there's a time and a place. And it's funny, I heard someone say this recently, I can't remember who said it, but they put it perfectly. They said everybody wants a dog that's like a service dog in the sense that they're well behaved inside, you can take them anywhere, but then at the same time, they're hyping their dogs up every second of the day. And they're hyping their dogs up when they see new dogs and new people. I really want to be able to take Vigo everywhere when he gets older. And so to give him the highest likelihood of that being the outcome, I know that training for neutrality is really important. Can you come say hi? So one of the ways that we've been trying to train this is through trying to just expose him to new people, places, sounds, smells, and also trying to intentionally take him to busy-ish places where he can see things around him, which is what I was doing in the video yesterday, and not engage. If you watched more of that video other than the guys talking to us, I was specifically looking for instances where Vigo was looking around him and then looking back at me, and then I would reward. Just trying to reinforce, it's okay to be curious, it's okay to look around, but I want you to stay calm and I want you to check back in with me. I get it, he's a puppy, he's adorable. Of course, people are going to want to talk to him and engage with him, but actually it's super harmful for the training when you're trying to train for neutrality when someone is actually reinforcing, hey, when you see someone that you don't know and they talk to you, it's playtime. Also, I feel like the natural thing is for him to want to play. Of course he's going to want to play. He's a puppy. I'm trying to teach him neutrality, which is the difficult thing for him to do. It's almost like, imagine you have someone who's a chocoholic and you're trying to stop them from eating chocolate and trying to get them onto a healthier diet, but you're loading up the house with chocolate. And you actually make it harder for me to reverse that going forward. And look, again, one instance is not gonna ruin his training. It just doesn't help. And I wanted to nip it in the bud, which is why I said something. I've actually purchased a vest that says in training. I'm hoping that this will make it clearer to people to please not engage with him. Because I get it. I think some people might view a video like that, even though I think I was very polite in the video, and say, those guys didn't know any better. They saw a puppy, God, let them live. And again, I get it, but it's my dog. I have to live with this dog at the end of the day. If you want to play with a puppy, go get yourself a puppy. So anyway, I just wanted to address that, and I wanted to share more around the rationale behind training for neutrality and what that looks like. I will let you know how it goes once we get that in training vest. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, make sure you give us a follow if you want to follow on our journey of raising Vigo to be a brilliant family dog.